Hey Shooby Doodlers, it is nearly Christmas time and I thought maybe you'd still wondering what you want for Christmas. If you like sketching, look, these are my top 6 things that I carry with me everywhere. Well, these are the things that I really use all the time. They're tried and tested, and make sure you get them on your Christmas list. Amazon links are in the box down below. I get a tiny referral fee, but you don't get charged any extra. So make sure somebody watches this video and knows exactly what it is that you want for Christmas. In fact, this was in the summer. I was the official sketchbook artist for the Big Malarkey. I don't know why I put the great Malarkey. It was actually the Big Malarkey in Hull, which has been the City of Culture this year. And I was the official sketchbook artist at the Children's Festival. And so this is my sketchbook. So the first thing you're going to need if you want to do sketching is to get yourself a sketchbook. And I really like these ones. They're made by Seawhite. They're A5 travel journals. The paper isn't particularly special. And that's one of the reasons I like it, because when you've got really special paper, sometimes you go, ooh, and you freeze. And so, as you can see, these are really quick sketches. I'm like, here, I remember these children were coming up and reading a poem, so I had them sat there for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Just got to get in there and do it quickly. And all these people here, they were on the move the whole time, so I had to be really quick and get on and draw. So if you've got really fancy paper, you think, oh, I don't want to spoil it. So these sketchbooks are very reasonably priced, and the paper is just okay for sketching, and so you can just get on with it and do it. So that's why I like Seawhite sketchbook things, and I buy them in bulk, so they print my name on the front, which is really nice. And then this is the one you can't get. This is my little pouch, which my daughter made for me. It was a birthday present, I think, a couple of years ago, and she made the material. This material, the chickens, is actually what I have on the blinds in my studio. There's a bit left over. Clever girl. So what do I have in here? This is what I carry with me. This is my Winsor & Newton Sketchers pocket set, and look, that's tiny, isn't it? And it's very messy. Okay, so all of these are Cotman colours. It's the Winsor & Newton Cotman Sketchers set. Cotman are not the most expensive, so you don't want to be doing sort of high quality paintings that you're going to sell and put on walls, because the light may fade. But if it's stuck in a book, it really doesn't matter, because they're not going to fade in the light. I get rid of the black and I replace it with a colour called neutral tint. Black is just too dark. So neutral tint you can do so much more with. And I also get rid of white and I replace it with a colour called Naples yellow, which I use an awful lot for flesh tones and things like that. And it comes in really useful for sunsets and things too, actually, surprisingly, I find. Everybody uses their colours in a different way, but I'll give you links to all these, and I'll give you links to where you can get those colours as well if you want to replace them. The white I find is completely useless in watercolour. I've never used white really. Some people do, but I find as soon as you find you're adding white, it takes some of the life out of a watercolour. Now if you're sketching, this is my favourite paintbrush. This is the Pentel Aquash brush, and this is my favorite. I've tried a lot of water brushes, but this has turned out to be my favourite, and I just have the one size, which is their broad tip. I find that's all that I need just to get in there, and there's one good thing about having one brush that you use all the time is you really get to know it, and you get to know its funny little ways. This is a Chinograph pencil. I know last time I showed this, some people got quite excited. Let me think of something to do. So, I mean, for instance, if you're thinking, oh, it's a windy scene and you want to do clouds, and you can kind of do all sorts of stuff like that, you see, and you can't see what on earth I've done, can you? So we'll get some lowering blue-grey clouds in the background, and you see very quickly you've got a sense of sort of movement and clouds in the background. And Chinograph is really good for that. And if you've got things that say window frames, let's say, something like that. And so you want to kind of paint the window frame, so something like that, and then you've got the the wall outside it. Then immediately you're sort of banging in that window frame very, very quickly, rather than having to paint carefully around the outside it and draw it. So, but of course you can't see it if you turn it sideways when you're drawing. You can sometimes see it like that. I don't know. You can catch it in the light, so you can see it. So this is a China marker. And it's kind of in the China trade, I think, these things appeared. And so you can write the price on China and it wipes off very, very easily. But it's this kind of sticky wax. You can use a wax candle as well. What else do I have in here? Then I have my faithful. If you watch this channel a lot, you know I use the Rotring Tikky graphic. This is a 0.3, which is the one I generally use. I sometimes use a 0.4, which is a little bit bigger. You can get 0.1s, I think, and 2s, which are really, really fine. I'm trying to think. So, if you're sort of drawing a character, whatever. What's really good about these, what I love about the Rotring Tikky graphic is that it is definitely black, and it is definitely waterproof, and so if you're doing watercolors, that's really important, because you don't want the the colors to start sort of bleeding into the picture, do you? So shall I zoom in a bit on that while I'm painting that? And this is about the speed that I would be painting if I was out in a festival like that and painting people. I would maybe take a little bit longer kind of looking. I think a lot of sketching is about looking, and I might decide that she's got very blue eyes or something like that. A little bit of shade in underneath there maybe. So that's the kind of speed that I would be sketching. And then sometimes you will find that you want to get a different quality of line, and so I have the Pentel Brush Pen. And this has got, well, it's a brush, so you can draw incredibly fine lines, but you can also draw those nice kind of lines that get bigger and thicker and wiggly like that. But what I also like it for is if you need to kind of fill in backgrounds quickly, it kind of does that brilliantly, really quickly. And the other thing is it takes a little bit longer than the Rotring to dry, but this is pigment ink as well, and it dries black and it dries waterproof. I'm afraid you can't have the little pocket to put them all back in. Oh, what's that? I got a spare set of cartridges for the thingy blocking things down there. But there you are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the pouch with the sketchbook, and away you go. And if you're wondering what you want for Christmas, make sure somebody sees this video, follows the links, and get you what you want. Thanks for watching, and you can support this channel and get so much more on my Patreon page. Click to find out more. Make sure you are subscribed to the Shoo Rayner Drawing Channel on YouTube, and in the meantime, keep drawing, practice, and I'll see you next time. You take care now, bye bye.